His name is Great Ampon. I see in Kontumpo. Ghana na yeti se ajaji fubia ko jimponchi. Enti Kontumpo na dosu. His name is Great Ampon, brand new spanking 2025-2026. In the meantime, Hot Digital Online website, all the major news headlines is also brought to you by kind courtesy of hotdigitalonline.com. The online on all the information, tidbit and more. You can grab the information there. And I'll pay on the social media platform once again. Welcome you aboard, and we'll move on quickly. Great Ampon. And Enyumi has a link to the Chief Justice of Ghana. Currently, he was nominated after the removal of the former Chief Justice, Justice Tokonu. Justice Bafo-Boni. In fact, during the course of the vetting, Okansembi for Atayiho, and in correlation with what he said, that I jailed him 70 years because my life was under threat. And when a judge gives a conviction by criminalizing and also prosecuting or putting somebody before bars and making sure he uses his own evolution to judge somebody or to make sure you convict somebody into prison, it means that the judge doesn't have that jurisdiction to do that. By doing so, it is an imperiled decision made by the judge because the person's life and his integrity, his freedom of expression, everything has been caged. So when you look at Article 8 of the European Convention law, a person's freedom or his privacy should not be interfered. The person has his right. You can jail the person based on the commitment of crime that the person has committed that crime. You can jail the person based on the findings. We have something we call expert evidence. So it comes with opinion, which we have observable factor, and we will counter remain. Say, Nipano, we committed this crime, and it deserve this type of punishment. You can give the person as much as you can when the law also speaks. But you don't give a person a sentence when you think that in your evolution, the person is a young man. When you give him maybe 10 years, he'll come and haunt you. So for that one, let me give him an extension of 70 years, which is the person's right has been infringed. And any other country, the Chief Justice will be in trouble because when you do that, they are going to scrutinize all the previous cases that you have sat on and give a judgment. And those judgments could be maybe a miscarriage of justice, and tragedy of justice could also be underpinned. In the unknown sem, and an pay in your ampon at the atonium, or say you judge will be 70 years. So it tells you about the judge conviction. Say me jail will be 70 years because the person is a young man. When I give him more time now, unto me before me no go. Did I just say me so the judge jailed that person out of maybe his own conviction, but not based on the law. Into no, and like I said, a travesty of justice. In the meantime, in between time, we look at some major headlines. Now we bring you some audio summary because today happened to be holiday in Ghana, and we purport to bring you all some of the issues on board this morning. And let me say hi to everyone listening to us this morning because we have a lot more on our table this morning before we get back into business at exactly 11. Many Alaji of Azul Group, one of the finest and celebrated contractor in the metropolitan, Obebaha na yedin komo about how to make money when you're able to acquire property in this country. Now you want to pay your mortgage. The best thing to do, he will give you the inside story. Now, the beautiful ideas that can help you to achieve the success by putting up or getting a building in this country. It's not easy to pay your mortgage. Inti Alaji will give you that ideas. Now with me and Suswenya. He'll be here at exactly 11. But in the meantime, in between time, we have other associated messages and information from our homeland Ghana. Electricity no get leg. It be cable metal wire where they carry them so. Now the issue on board and they say Ghana debts, the public debt has risen to 684.6 billion Ghana cedis. So for now, the public debt has risen into Sem, and so as we've captured on my news, hotdigitaonlinenews.com. Now, Ochehene has made some issues, sir, in regards to Galamsey. We listen to Ochehene for now. Now you in Sema Odeba, Efa Galamsey, you need a reinforcement because people are degrading our land. Your land, you know, deteriorating to the highest level. Now the Galamsey manas, and so Sema Ebeka Sema no pay. Yentie di Ochehene kai.
Yeah, I didn't see what about me last said you go to. Anyway. And the one we took our people to go and stop them. You know what happened? They were throwing stones at my car. The impunity of people, I want back home. And who said, "Okay, back here to woman car." All I want to do was stop this menace and say yes, the way back. And she had about to carry a call for swamp of war. Or catch them and say, as you come out, lake now on almost animal. Because they want to look good, and me looking bad, they say, me, and I'm not done who I'm saying. Me. Now, I know. And that's what you know in Nigeria. Seriously, unless you have a demented mind, not you, not the person you go to mind. Why would I go by night and steal my life to that? And it's so cheap, or what happened? I said, the person will do a good deal, or be like a stop me. Not even a buy. And my dad found out. And yet, it took root to weaken me because I was the advocate against it. Yeah, man. A bear said, and I'm saying. And I suffered for that, and I okay. I'm broaching me a man of my year to a chamber. They start looking at me differently. But that's okay. What I'm doing, I made you and I'm here. They said, I'm saying I'm here too hard. So I call me for Burkina Faso. And now, so what's the Abano or two? No, say I dare no, and short hands, and yet him for there, and yet him for there. Oh, two, the only people who show and nearby. Now, what you that's all too few pictures. Now go or no be too. I want to think I was. Oh, you're going to believe it. And we want the first year, could be here. I think so. And your boy said, "Wow!" And I say, "Who stop you on locally? I will threaten you." I said, "No, you to be trust. You are Burkina Faso for you. For my home, every next guy at you. I will stop you. Then you become an enemy for all people because they see it every day." And they know you and I may be on the same page. Oh, Pagana here. Unless you go and confront the truth. Come with quite some on that. This thing will not end. That's why I say, also your enemy. What is it? That's all. Yendi, a man here qualified. Wait, and I got him. Matter close. Yendi, I go through the process. There you wait so long. And then the other person, the police and the law enforcement should stop there. You have the sad year, and you're trying to will be able to wait on him. That's diminishes our office. Yeah, they go through. I hear she institution like this. They say, who? And then you saw him. How dare anybody come and tell us Say, we'll be sorry, I'll show you a castle to that day, and tell him to know you're trying to feel. It weakens us, it makes the whole thing as a joke. Ya can't. Who better know who's on him? We have 943 the palaces, and your help. And villages and towns. I said, okay. Now I say, we see ABS home, and I say, oh, yeah, corner. We are trying to find out one piece until we are there when you're there. I could hear or hint to the baby and go so oh, go to and what problem? Arrest them. They are the ones I'll bet you was adding a piece on a moco sales. Don't go no here now, what do you come about 20 years on? So open up, there's a way to do. And no course or no anyway to what have you. That's a problem. The infiltration of politicians and power outside, trying to give direction away in you. And the message is to be alive. I know, your report says, your call should be could be certain, or say, as soon as you wait, and you're here. Anybody in your person on the court, the matter settles.
With the chieftaincy disputes. So basically, my purpose here was to come and pay courtesy call on him, and then to tell him most of the problems we have within his traditional area. The problems are one, galamsey, two, chieftaincy dispute, sun winning, land gas, and then the latter one I talk about was the increasing rate of murder cases in the region. And so he's a key factor in all this, especially looking at his position as the paramount chief of the Achima, Buakwa and Achim area, and who has a lot of experience when it comes to such issues. So he gladly accepted for us to meet, and the discussion was fruitful. He has also acknowledged knowing most of the problems that I raised. So he is going to help us resolve most of the chieftaincy issues, because it's becoming a threat to national security. Because when there is a dispute in an area, traditional area, life and property becomes an issue. Because at the end of the day, when I don't want to cite any area, because there are a lot of them, a whole lot of them, and we are dealing with almost every now and then, especially when the year is getting to an end, and a lot of them are celebrating their annual festivals and all that. That is where the problems comes, and he has gladly accepted, like I said. And so he said most of them, they have the traditional records as to who becomes a legitimate recognized chief, and the selection process and everything, they have those right and documents to back what they do. So it's appropriate, and we are also going to work alongside with them to, at the end of the day, all that we seek to achieve is that there should be peace. We live in harmony, the region, when there's peace, they will definitely bring along development and some other factors that we all need to move on as a region and as a nation. So it's been so good, so fruitful that we came. So basically we just came to greet him and ask him to help us resolve most of the security issues, the security threat issues that are within his traditional area.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. it in. Turn it up. Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
So his name is Nasi with a brand new one, the prayer interlude extended version of his beautiful combination of all time. And we hear audio soundbite from Ochehene. Now, Utien some Ochehene kana. He was very angry. Say, enyama bi akoso painu. Galamsey no nipa ni bi fi bokina ni ade na beye. Na wote wasase so. No bi enfi bebi a reside fi ni kroma ba. Ukrom no ba be se wasase a. Ono sa nipa no obepene ema wo wakono ho akwakoye sana. So that is the issue, and he has also complained this issue to mpanyimfo bebre na no ye chemu wi a onso ochehene ensusu eyebi na gese omo de ahye no enti akoso ache the security threats in the area. Ochehene was trying to address all these issues. Na nipa bi pay a courtesy call say nipa kunkum bi no nimne galamsey na etu to say e wo ho a nipa ne bebre na de omo agimu no. It is a threat on national security. Mpanyimfo no eden no ye fa ho eno na Ochehene we losing the voice because he has a pain, he's pained about what is happening. He believes that people are not being fair to him. Some people have castigated him of indulging into this illegal business. Now no NIN say wa complaining che ebi okra na when he want to make sure he want to drive away nkofuna yes anyaman pe no mututu bobo ne car mu. He has also made that pronouncement. Ochehene has publicly has announced that Galamsey will not be the panacea to help our people because no, you say in Sasi, our body, our water body are being destroyed, our lands are being destroyed. Maybe we are all going to, because even in that time, Nipani be feel say, he doesn't think about what is going to happen tomorrow. But it is all, we are living in fear and panic and threats. Into no and Ochehene and Sama on Sudi Tuja. Anope yenko nkoti nkrato ye ba na yatoa yedwumedie no so anope nsem wo ho anope tiw yentie.
Hot Digital Online is celebrating 20 years of compelling content. We birthed a dream 20 years ago, and today we are here with you celebrating. It's 20 years of bringing you relevant news, the eye-catching stories, 20 years of entertainment, 20 years of growing together with you. We say thank you for sharing our journey with us for 20 years. We share our brand promise with you by continuing to bring you quality Ghanaian content. Wake up with Hot Digital Online every day because it's 20 years of compelling radio. You are listening to Hot Digital Online, celebrating 20 years.
This is the kind of good news I should be getting on a daily basis. Thanks to UnityLink, my life has become so much easier. I have on my phone in my palm right now the brand new UnityLink mobile app. It's free and easy to use. And I must say, it's fast, safe, and secure. UnityLink has the best exchange rates. Sending money to anybody is as easy as going through my phone book, selecting the person's name, bam, it's gone. It's really a great feeling when you know you can send money instantly to MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo. Easy. Now I can even transfer money from my mobile phone into my bank account and pick it up at the bank instantly. I can even send airtime to loved ones. The UnityLink mobile app makes it possible for you to send money to over 3,000 locations in Ghana. Now it's time for you to download the free UnityLink mobile app. On Android, go to Google Play Store. On iOS, go to Apple Store and get sending now. UnityLink mobile app. Money go, money come. Fast.
Baba Rehoboth Havens. Biaya Emma Wakwenya, Mawone Wabusia nya setinapa. Esaya dine papa, ne bosha se free $55,000 per. Rehoboth Havens adaya ya nwene ni ye, esi ayi mensa damfa, enya biaya ya tenakeke, eya biaya Emma Wahotoswo, ne bambo. Fano se wote mantemwa, aho bambo shonko, eni je biaye, ni asumdua eyema wabusia woho. Ghana fododo na ewa manone eni da so so mbetumi atofie wo Ghana, eya kechiri, esaya so di pie de omosonti. Na nokwasem ne se edise Ghana ni bia tumi ye fiura bebi a woni wabusua benya hotoso na asan ye japade amachirima sane ebeye obi bia benya kwenya aye fiurenti Rehoboth ne Ghana sikankrabia hodo aye hyehye sonko a ema wotofie na watua ne nkakra ne ehia ne se wode $5,000 beto ase na eno ma wakwenya ma wotumi tu kotenemu na ne aka no watua ne nkakra Wama wenfie du baako a wodi betua woka sene ebeya ahokyere bia mmemu ye wo 2, 3, 4 bedrooms a yahye da siesie no se emma wahotoso bambo enne asetinapa mentwentwan wona asekra bawudache ho banne fraying wo +447 917 376 631 Ana +233 24 476 4499 Ebiem +233 55 375 1933 Rehoboth Social Housing Yama weni da so se obeye fiura bemu
AJN and Co Limited. Wow! Quality accounting and tax services, and now officially recognized as one of the top 200 UK accountants in the 2016 Sunday Times list. Hooray! Come, let's do business and even save you more money. AJN and Co Limited. We are chartered certified accountants and business advisors. One of the finest in the country with quality professional services and excellent customer delivery. Our services include preparation of company and annual accounts, bookkeeping, self-assessment, payroll services, preparation of charity accounts, gift aid claims, tax planning, tax returns, business plans and advice, company registration, preparation of budgets, all kinds of mortgages and remortgaging. And now we are one-stop shop to arrange protection for general insurance, life cover, medical and health insurance, and income protection. We mean business. That is why we are now officially one of the top 200 accountants in the country. Papa. Yamaya bodinya echese yaduma soyeni. Entibra. Niyenya u tax returns. Eni waduma hu sikasem nyina emau. Na yebabua u amunya mortgage. Na ya ye insurance inshishaya efata wo wajuma eni wabusue nyina. So big companies, small businesses, charities, sole traders, self-employed, shops and restaurants. Please call Let's Do Business on 0163 447 0495. That's 0163 447 0495 or 0788 307 7742. Our address is AJN and Co Limited, Equitable House, 10 Woolwich New Road, London, SE18 6AB. Visit www.ajnandco.co.uk. Now officially a Sunday Times Top 200 accounting company.
Hey! Ati 26 December mo be sia. Hey! Missy Chrome have a yet the Ralph.
No, you have a criminal no bed. And this is December, boxing on it.
Enjoy a boxing day. London have the Ralph. Ay. Davison Band. What's the 26th December? By a boxing day extravaganza.
Love goes where love is. I can't deny it. If you feel me, come and join and sing the song.
And you'll be hot. Now, so will be hot. Orabado, Oasis Academy, Shelley Park, Shelley Road, Croydon, CR9, 7 a.m. United Kingdom, Metro UK, or your cool £30. Demo programming, it is being hosted by DJ Foles, on your quick all frame porn, DJ on deck, hey, DJ TQ. Supported by the Ghana Society UK, Rainbow Radio, Slicky Promotions, Cosmetic Cocktails, Jacoon's Securities Limited, A-Class Officials, Hot Digital Radio, Only B Sherry African Mart, Wabashasi, 7 p.m., Legacy 1 a.m., Felix Junior Kapma, when I bet you the Kofi Akada, a special 20th anniversary edition, it's Afia, when you take it to the B, our event rights, and also friends. 077 288 76.
And I may not have an argument. I made argument here 5 times on 24 economy and said, a push and pull scenario and your policy, a outcome of set of policies. You know, I was always specific about that. And when we insist, I said, there be a plan on some bar, on back factories, you know, electricity, no more to be 24 hours. Oh my. Yanti kuruma no so mba unsa saje me no kan wase mo amede ye asrese man kase noti so mo ba okay me yusu chief director for local government say ntini pa miensa be yesa adwuma no mo say an yedu kuruma no mampani angasa call manifesto launch otakrade e kai se boomerang e wachi he anapale be on be night club chairman of the NDC wan kase techiman kwan so organize obe adwuma na joto. We said it. We said the American and passum. It doesn't work like that. Were we not here when I argued and said, there's nowhere in the world that we are here on my 24 hours. Indeed, there are certain areas that are based on demand. And you can have 24. And now you don't have to put a gun to the head of a business person to run. You remember all my argument? Anyone away. So you haven't even been able to be courteous enough to come and tell us how that is going. What's the third term? I mean, I find it very disrespectful to the people. What do you say? What are you talking about? As a superpower, as I know, as a mobile, my be extraordinary be. My uncle Beckham was him. Men can say, Professor Jeffrey Better, Wapam Colo Betomo, you Mapamu. Zero sum effect. Now, Betunipa, Obi Ubetunipa 30 now, Pamomo now, 30 measurement, there is zero sum effect. There is zero sum effect. Upon collected 35,000. Moko promise next one it's for some mobile automatic placement. Mobile budget and we are most to me for Mafajama 6,000 or something. 150,000 if they believed in you. Omo the GDN home no to abamamo. Madam said, forget about MPP, forget about CPP. A human idea mouse and what are you doing about it? I say, I'm telling you. Now say you heard that
we're not expecting say within 10-11 months no. They will solve all the
No. You show us. You see, the thing is, you see what? I don't know. We'll be 48 months. What about 12?
Yes.
And see, yes, we should. I see, that's reasonable. But at least we should have an indication. Some of them we can even see what the blueprint is. Do you know what the blueprint, what the strategy is to make sure that this country run a 24-hour economy? Do you know it?
The Gusitano launch.
What shows that document? No. What shows that document?
Highlight.
Give me what is in that document that shows you say the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Local Government will run 24 hours. Give me. We're not playing. Time will catch up. The reality will catch up with everybody. You see, you cannot promise the people one thing. Then when you come and deliver another thing. Then you tell them, say, keep quiet, accept this one that I'm delivering to you. There is a big gap, a big variance between what you promise the people and what you are delivering. No? There is a big gap. You can't ask an MP for buy, no MP for your 20 or Mamukofi. Why are you referring to them? What do you now also buy? Why are you referring to MPP? Okay, these are serious issues, so serious matters that we have to talk about. And then hospitals now here. Go to call for any. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why na? Yama buy no coin, buy any BBA politics. Eh, no kata. So me don't you say when kasa me on say time will catch up with them. It is catching up. It's catching up. What's do? What's a do to all of us? I be do 12 months.
Yes.
More budget 4 number kind more.
So my kind 1,
my kind 2.
My kind 2.
Practically I can 1 because we know say last one war election year 2028 and they normally and yet we be the practically I can 1. What have you done for us? Apart from harassing people, using brute force and all manner of way, we give you what have you done? Time will catch up with everybody. It's high time the government realizes that the honeymoon is over. The grace period is done.
They should focus.
Let's focus
and get the work.
Shall I fix the things for us? We understand. Yeah, papa. And then said Amokano. And I'm tuti about fix the issues for us. And then Jojo Prado, honorable. My senior brother, launch it up. Or say the Explore Youth app, Youth Explore app, is putting jobs in the hands of the youth. You know, Kromana, December 21, say apps, and Kwana, the accounts, and if you remember. Where are the jobs? Where are the jobs? And these are the realities of women here, the realities of the Ghanaian people. What you Ghana for now? As the days go by, like they are beginning to because they are going to ask you questions. For example, every February we see mobile NJ, March we see mobile NJ, April mobile NJ, ya kwa na via bedu December. E kopim da ben na beka mobile NJ. So I just say, Matthias here, I am only saying say grace for the end da ben. Okay. Obi ended up being
the Ghanaian people would decide.
Obi within the first year, who to me increase a friend said within 12 months, who to me increase electricity in by 28%. Now what to be increasing water and by Jama 14 was 15%. And they to me you. They can also buy and so I just here. And they also buy and there are serious issues.
President na Yenyano. He is an experienced president. Obia Waba, he served under a president for 3.5 years as vice. And Obe serving 6 months as president. And Okoye, Osanko election. Eko Wini, Ebe serving 4 years. And Oko opposition 8 years. And Awasan Babemu. This is a huge endorsement by the Ghanaian people, because on my trail, you guys tried to paint him, to rebrand him in a manner. Ghanaians scratching dia no mubuefu, but he took his time, rebranded himself, and made sure say your lies caught up with you. And then Bissau said, what was the sins of President Mahama before the 2016 election? In Myanmar, Motiswano, say wako to hotel in Japan was Dubai, and wako to ship, all kinds of things you said. You couldn't prove 8 years, not a dime. Some cook and boo story about Airbus at the Betareno. He was whitewashed clean by the OSP. And now this is the man we are describing here. Ghanaians have endorsed him. And they feel, say, looking forward and going forward. Among all these number 5 people you people are putting out there, he still stands tall. And they want to give him another opportunity. I have spoken to people, several hundreds of people. Some have called me since I made that statement on this platform. I'm afraid. A lot of youth organizations. You can't buy. I'm telling you the truth. I tell you no lie. They say, Opa, you go feel bored and best. That time will come. Sabi Makato said, we'll test the law.
Yeah, you've said
I said it.
You still stand by, sir, we will test the law.
They say we will test the law. It's a constitution, but no, what Koti, the constitution doesn't permit.
Yes.
We will see when the time comes. Your corner constitution, they say,
yes.
But until then, we will work hard towards this agenda to ensure, say, what the people want, we present it to them.
Music is food for the soul. Hot Digital Online.
It took us 30 years backward. 30 years backward. Destroyed everything that looks like hope in this country. Daniel Kufuor's regime. And now your finance minister has run away, a fugitive of the law. Your friend of crowd, where you are not continuing back. Look at the number of cases we have around. And cumulatively, non correct school for so keke, omo school correct juma. National service. Mon correct omo yi keke e mo. Look at the kind of money we are discussing. Secret to me see schools, it to me see hospitals. It to me, you know, individuals stole this money under your nostrils.
Allegedly, they are standing trial.
I hear you, Mati. Yes. Allegedly. You know, the Ghanaian people, they can see hope. Mahama is the hope. He's the hope. He's the hope for Mother Ghana. It's not a fluke. Do you understand? That's why I gave you the antecedents. Our experience. Experiment. You're not coming to experiment. Because all the people who have shown up for that experiment, you know, we've seen their handiwork. Dr. Baumia, we saw him. We saw everything he did.
Now, so we didn't end this in some one call for.
I know you was. Yeah, can you say, that one is not your business. Okay. You can't see any Crawford. Okay. But until Mahama tested Lord and I say Mahama who will fall on the others. Yes. No two ways about that. He is the hope for Ghana, Mother Ghana. Because the longevity will have
162 districts Romunia drone service. What it means is that you're gonna have a biampo in a drone services. Number two, 3,000 facilities across the country and a drone no alcohol. Out of the 3,000, 65% of them are chips compounds. Obi chips compounds. Yeah. Chips compounds. They be in Laboni, be friend is saying Tessano, be ni Spinteso. Chips compounds are typically in rural areas. Yes. It is the basic health system you can find. If you just compound and if you about health center, if you health center about clinic, if you clinic about polyclinic, and so about district hospital. So chest compound is the basic, and 65% of the drone services cover chest compound. Anybody that understand local governance and understand decentralization and how our district work will tell you say adebia a chest compound to me and to urban centers no.
And for more mutie and obehu slides now miracles screen
17 million vaccines and our next slide now 17 million vaccines. And a zip friend is a drone services on a supply 17 million 4.3 million medicines and products because the corner slide mommy 23,000 plus blood units and a component and a drone services and a supply obi out of Sanya Mabuwe 17.3 million vaccines 4.3 million medicines and a 23,000 plus blood units obi condom a woman 0.005 nobody should attempt to create an impression at the end of and yet so obi lives have been saved. Connect slide mommy. Connect slide now or say impact in hard to reach areas. Where Ghana Health Service report from 2019 to date. Impact on your friend is in hard to reach areas. 52% of all deliveries have been sent to hard to reach districts. 52%. 25% of all deliveries have been sent to hard to reach facilities. OBTI or say 900 plus facilities depend solely on drone services. 900 facilities depend solely on drone services. Hard to reach areas.
Yes. Okay.
900 plus facilities. So we drone services in the free
any way
at all
of medical supplies
at all in an emergency. But you see, there's a background to the drone service. There used to be a time I match 3 I walk I ma menumwa na moje tuomo ye pemoja baby owo from the hospital and the clinic baby a hospital what blood about 4-5 hours moje tunu adebetu no ewu. There was a time in this country or wakawa and aduyedo bedu chips compound now say clinic no yes ye ni anti snake venom wo ho by the time ya do beto abobo yaso abekọ the hospital ye bedu no ewu. So the zipline drone system, brings the medication right to you in time. And this is the data. These are the facts. So Sawaba, maybe I will say, oh,
is it data available to the ministry?
Yes, this is a Ghana Health Service data.
Okay.
It's a Ghana Health Service data. Yes, sir. This is a Ghana Health Service data. What we say what you say? But I see a strategy. I didn't say for whatever it's worth. You be see a try did him. Into your PR, they are preparing for you inside the papa na yesi in an boy 170 million in an boy obi. We are supplying sanitary pad. Yeah, to sanitary pad they turn with just 19 cities. Yeah, to back 45 cities and this year buying. Sanitary pad they turn 19 cities with just no. And this year buying turn 45 cities. We are spending 297 million a year on sanitary pad. Why can't we spend 170 million on FNS drone services? What? In any case, and yet the same government here catch them say more for secure on we Kumasi highway. Na mu wia mako start express no mo say be to ni na bom. Now bet my expressway any highways abomwa. Want to be sanitary pad any drone service mom. Obi, people's lives depend on these drone services. I'm telling you. People's lives depend on these drone services. And it's not something we should play with. The data is there. Anybody that tells you say in a drone, the fuck condom the person is dishonest or insincere or in pabone or person say anything. They say, Obi, everywhere in the world they are now trying to catch up. Why do we want to destroy what we are ahead of? One of the few things that Ghana can say we are ahead of. No, you say no. Some people say more contract. It is na limbs you ni. Some more contract be na mbesa mo kofa ne ba. Obi no problem. But more the moon keep it. Na mo kofa mo contract ne ba. Na say or then drones bibia be do that some metra we dey man why den. Na mo twem. But as we speak, you know they've suspended some of the centers.
I know. Is it a zip line and casa operational decision and I say government of Ghana directly almost
the government has to pay certain bills.
Yes.
So if you cannot pay those bills, it means that
then they cannot continue to operate those centers.
Exactly. It's been shut down. I beg you, Your Excellency, don't listen to your health minister on this matter. At best, whoever he wants to come and supply drones, that person should bring the drones. And do first, because you know the limb situation. Limbs in new one in ready. As we speak, new one in ready. And some hospitals are still doing manual. Why do we run a country like that? So officer limbs on our procurement interest been to one now for be some kofoba. Kofomobra. Omoba no ready. So I just me have no problem. If you think 170 million is too much and you can get it for 1 million, no problem. Go and bring the 1 million version, which can do the same thing that 170 million will do. Why won't we be happy? Yeah. No more abana aye ready aye set no. And so one more way dey ejai. Na sisi na one more way ejai na Ghana for ebre. People are struggling. The catchment areas now our centers are shut down. They are not getting emergency services. They say only those who don't understand what the drone service are would make those comments. A critical, essential. Because you see, Obi. So okay, say your first can see hospitals. Your first can see Diaspora. We are ignorant of the facts and of the issues. Hospital is not a substitute for a drone service. You can have a hospital and in an emergency that hospital own a drobi. Now the question is that in a time where Kolebu doesn't have medicine, within which period that's where the drone services comes in. That's where the Ghana Health Service are the ones that make the requests. I'm not making requests. Some of we it is a man for do condom and bar. Said drone service I'm fly condom. Yeah. If you think that you are flying condoms or you are flying other things that are not essential, you have to stop it. Not the service deliverer, because service deliverer no and you are no okoto in drone de ko. Wo na wo de niamane den ebra no de akọ. So you have to determine which request you will send. Why should we fight over this? Okay. I beg His Excellency the President. A lot of his people didn't like the drone idea. Okay. In fact, I said drone never be trying bathroom. So okay, and abisu money idea. So I understand the NDC's your friend is saying philosophy around the drone services, but I beg them. Obi omo obi a omo fi say obetumi ade no for one city no. Omo kofa ne mbra. Nemo omo ntwen nipa ne ye ready. Ne niam nyina ye ready and some ma we aye den ejai because in between the time we no ebe kasense mu no anytime omo de ne beba no nipa betumi ewu. yes romo eno de omo yi omo san free ho
Miracles mamena say honorable which of the issues now person will find oh some miracles
na ye wom yi
zipline the ewo
ye hia Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ye be sha Ghana for ye mpe change se Ghana for you yem se we na ye peno na kwase sano a ena na wo jejireje ye tu aba mo obi anipa fomfo peno na oye popular eni obi akeke ena ye sorry si ye kwoto aba ma no police station for Mr. ye jira praise be sorry them ena ye sremo o nyame dimu mama ma yensa na nkofa oyele bia mra yen na ye aye mo ye ho abro ebasa ye ma ani ye busua ana ye di o mabro Dr. Mahmood Bawumia obi anim say day one ama say nie doctor nie Medina chia to the whole Ghana minimini amahu minimidi amati obi a twan yen say ye be doctor ni ade na ba say people for ye candidate ye de ni konie na Ghana for so aboa yan enye de hu
Over Kai said 2024, my penjo mama be ka say kwala ni ba po e ba po Emma man for ka say eti we no is it a true reflection of kwala the anet say kwala no so ma bon papa because if about 52% of a population of over 400,000 over 220,000 to be failing maths 30% failing English social studies of all papers and can you the so there so and quality to be failing sad there now a Ghana Education Service say we a reflection there and no more chen quality there. My gentlemen, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
Mami chance in Florida Jaco, it's you kakra. It's a very good process there now also.
Boss, Mami Nasi, na me chance in from free and quadana dia no eso. Resource na ba bontino. No kwasem le say area ho papa say and quada ye di omo ko school na ye moment tete e kire omade say wachina bi on ba be dachi empenifo dachi leaders e de amaye na nso resource a poppy up eba abontini na me kada se subject ahodoa ye de man koda ne pamphlet ne notebooks ne syllabus ahodoa ye de man koda
the news, the interviews and what have you all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
You listen to them now omo make you omo input ni omo din comot me sampa omo adwini mu ebobio omo adwini mu edo ekwa akire no sabre na mse na omo yes subject saying be 3-4 now 3-4 they get time for themselves, they learn, they read, they make sure they understand, they specialize themselves in whatsoever omo kaso omo read but enne akoda eku school boss obe read maths obe read science obe read social studies obe read elective maths or read we say topics ne subject are complex nkoa ne de man kodai meanwhile in so akodai wie GHS o wie SHS boss sa ne man nyina wasua nyina no okoka ne nyina akwakoto baby emrofo na yesi yesua omo no they have a power omo chate akoda no hyase so all rise o peja no mo atusu ne path e de amano so oba be ye scientist so oba be ye engineering say oba be ye mathematics say oba be ye we na ya choose ne path amano ne amana specialize in that field enti onwie school no na ne timu abobiw chese de okosua ye no aka ne tirim de okosua ye no odidi djuma de okosua ye no owontiase e wo saade ne mo afei so eba practical so tumi ya de no ye ne yi but ye nkoda yi a ye this subject ahodo e di pro omumu sua no
obekwa kopie mu o classrooms ni o schools ahodo no practical works na e wo sa akoda no teacher ni ye no ohwe owie ono nso de ne nsa ye na aka ne tiri mu no ebi ni ho obekwa kopie mu o schools ni bi na computer class ye kase ye do ICT time ye kwa akokire nkoda na de na ebi ni ho this a teacher ni ba ko pe na o use no na nkoda no two ni abetwa ne ho ahia na o kire say we miani say we ye the first we ye yesi can you imagine eti just ye nkoda no ye kire mu niema pi however obafie nso a wo se nko nya time e dey consolidate the wotia no
the news, the interviews, and what have you. All back and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Sometimes so I didn't know so usia 1, 2, 3. I was arrested. Arresting so ananka de wasua na woman no na tumi atinum na tumi kam.
And for you, I'm for crowd. When na say, oh, but not about 10 people into a government or so. Munko bisan the number of jobs are we creating at the day. What can be the MP lose election because common fancy cano. Sebi now it is so. No one will easy fancy.
Menia, the send webusa me common fancy cano. Administrator and farm mount what so. Common fancy cano if the baby and eba. If the Ministry of Finance and about young farm brewa untuminko wia. Into common fund no government and farm breme.
Some comment from Bugin Abu as well. So we address here. Say Baumia North or Nordna in Jabianka Northern region for in and come on to Aba Emma Baumia as a Nordman. How do you respond to exactly say about?
And yeah, Bugripe in the coming days. You will see a lot of videos. We have a lot of videos from members of parliament every north. Wow. I want more call round. Kase, I can't for you greedy. I shanty for you say. Now all the candidates are shanties. Now they should vote for their own. Now they.
That's serious allegations. So one for you the number.
So finally, I rena to see Ado Akikano. Now to.
The thing with running mate, and I want to say it categorically, I never discussed with Baumia Samepe running mate. Minko country will be as a running mate. I may say, Abraham Mahama Fa Obano, other people started looking at people who they believe say we almost qualify. So they started lobbying and championing for me. And I was grateful, say, a man for profuse say, Mena to Shipome Sefata. But me ba umia and discuss it da. Sabe pacho, me Debbie. Debbie. Intermediate sansem na omokano, Ninano, Ayentro. And the two, Greater Accra to Antono. It's just like other regions. Western to where to we lost by over 1.8 million.
Even Ashanti region.
Anto. Inti Ukraina Mokra Yamamu. Vice no manto. So how do I say Greater Accra? And I mean Obit is a divine because he's been close to me, I've been quiet. But I think he has failed in his duty as chairman of Greater Accra. Because you swore an oath to protect Greater Accra. Greater Accra is not a wall or a cupboard, it's the people in it. And so people honor your bonia, una obe freno. Asemi bai, one frame. No. Secretary in the frame is so. You say statement. We nam say wahi. Secretary na this send me. And I'm sure I don't know anything about it. Where is it coming from? Minimum. Now I issue statement as a regional chairman.
That disappointed in himself.
Very, very disappointed. And I condemn the action. How can you do that? You are responsible for me. At least all the Atoram Party rule. Listen to both sides. Ask me something. And then even ask me that, can you get GH1 to make a statement so that I can issue it? Whatever it takes. We about me can. And at the end of the day, we must work for the MPP. Because the MPP no government Ghana for and that should be the cardinal point. You should not say because we are Team Baumia. I mean, why are you being so desperate? eya me to me who several posts near draw ba kompo de say na to she say asantifo ntebrofo and na yakoka brofo no way. I was in parliament with the likes of Napo leader Collins in team na ho brofo ne yeka inti anu so free here. I mean, are they that desperate say anything can come out? Na me ba e kra me kan me busa constituency for no say ya kra de trip ni yeka. I mean, we don't want, it's so sad. The only thing I'm going to say, second campaign now me I didn't even know that I had so much power and flair around myself until I saw what they were doing, and I realized that I must be doing something right.
Switch from Baumia's company na yanko for Wakaka, and for you, I'm for Boko Edukaka say when I'm na Oka say Baumia's about 10 people into a government or so. Munko Bisan, the number of jobs are we creating at the day. What can be the MPP lose election because common fancy cano. Sebi, now it's so. Now we lazy fans.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Common fancy cano, every baby and ever. Every Ministry of Finance and about ho. Young fambre wa, untumin kuya. Into common fund no government and fambreme. I have to say this painfully. I've always been quiet about it because umpeso be good party anymore. Now we said that Baumia for na edu baby ese wo so kasa. As a party, we didn't take the decentralization policy seriously at all.
Oh, really?
No, we didn't. Because if we did, this is a statutory provision. No minister has a right to say, I won't release it. So how can you sit down and several quarters, you release nothing to us? For the first time in the history of Ghana, at the time I was leaving office, Ministry of Finance owed us 5.4 billion. The biggest that has ever been owed to the fund is about 100 million.
That was only 5.4 billion.
A whole year had not been released. And yet contractors and other people were being paid. Is it because they value them more than the MCs? Issues, baba. This is an issue that somebody can even take to court for constitutional interpretation on whether the Minister of Finance had the mandate to do that or not. We were starved. I fought, wrote letters, went to finance, went to see Vice President himself, especially so he was a candidate, to impress upon him that you are a candidate. If money is not going down, it will affect you. What did he do? Well, nothing came. Nothing came. Nothing came. Well, he told me that he's pushing, but in the pushing, it wasn't coming. So I don't know what to make of all of that. Yet contractors were being paid.
I see.
Other sectors were being paid. And those sectors were not statutory. But we were not being paid. And so it gets funny when I am being blamed. How?
Some comment from Bugi Nabu as well. So where the dress here say Bonia not or not na in Jabianka not in waiting for you and come on to Aba Emma Bonia as a not. How do you respond to exactly
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
From other affiliates. na yeto admeden nso yi ankwanoma can you mean special prosecutor ne favorite song pa ne. Now it has been a backlash on the special prosecutor. People are asking, sir, the special prosecutor's office should be scrapped. Do you agree? It is a very substantive matter and they have a hypothetical decision to make. In the meantime, the special prosecutor's office hasn't achieved the aims and objectives that why the office was set up, Article 959 of the Ghana's Constitution 2018-2019. The office was set up just to make sure, devoid of political affiliation, any person who is involved in illicit way of doing business or making or also causing financial loss to the state could be dragged through the special prosecutor. Special prosecutor has a mandate to also investigate people who are making money through unexplained wealth. Did Kisia Jaben extended his territories beyond these borders? Now the spectacle is clear that Kisia Jaben was not able to fulfill the dreams. Now, in one breath, the NDC members are saying the office should be scrapped because Martin Kpebu was arrested, wasn't a due diligence. Martin Kpebu criticized the special prosecutor by the kind of ineptitude business oye unto me enyine juma ye na o criticize no say wankochi ofurata. So the special prosecutor is corrupt because he is an appendage to the NPP and likewise Ofuriata and President Akufo-Addo. He said all these things. So meanwhile, he has denigrated the office. By doing so under law, it means that bringing the office into disrepute, the issue was that the special prosecutor also arrested him, questioning his accusations against the office. Now, majority leader in parliament has said that the office has been redundant and it doesn't understand why money should be disbursed to the special prosecutor by achieving less. Indeed, the office should be scrapped. And Abu Jinapo said, when this office was being set up, we had these people talking about witch hunting. Now, the witch hunt, even some NPP functionaries were arrested due to this fact. Talking about Cecilia Dapa was also witch hunted by the special prosecutor by the popular words being chosen by the NDC. Now we have a litany of cases at the expense of the special prosecutor, while some of these cases were not extended to court. By remitting the issue to court, it was null and void. The invalidity of cases lying before the special prosecutor that were not treated under normal circumstances has become a bone of contention. Special prosecutor, time and time again, cautioning the public and also asking the public to be patient about the duty of care that he is trying to produce into the country. Nothing has been fruitful. So special prosecutor is under fire. Now the office has been declared redundant because the office of the special prosecutor has not achieved his aim and objective. So people are saying the office should be scrapped. Lawyer Kwame Adofo has been very incessant, and a lawyer who says the criminal lawyer Kisia Jaben, who has given the mandate to exercise his duty, has been disappointment. So he doesn't know why the office is still there. So there has been a lot of backlash. People who have the knowledge, the extensive knowledge, using excessive assistance from anywhere, will also impugn the issue on special prosecutor by saying that the office is neglected. He's not doing his work. He's rather witch hunting people. There's a complex set of issues that he rather traces more than he do what is needful to the office of the special prosecutor. The office of the special prosecutor was set up based on exceptional circumstances. What are the circumstances? The circumstances that the Attorney General is the Minister of Justice who superintend and also work hand in hand with the executive. And the executive appointed the Minister of Justice. By doing so, we have acted on omission. That means that the special duty has been given to the Attorney General to make sure he work within the law and also in compliance with the executive. Indeed, anybody who has also indulged in anything at all could be prosecuted through the Attorney General's office. Now, in our political dispensation, we have some ambiguity in terms of law. When the party functionary has committed any crime, the office, during the time the party is in power, persons who have been accused of within the party cannot be prosecuted because it's going to be a conflict of interest where we look at it that way. But in other words, that is the law. So we find it very intriguing that when certain issues have been preponderance, now there's a nyadea, to say, you can see it as a normal thing because I'm going to prosecute my own. Look at the way of Martin Kpebu, who happened to be an appendage to NDC when he was being arrested by the special prosecutor. Look at the backlash. So imagine the Attorney General currently has prosecuted or is prosecuting a member of the NDC. What would be the atmosphere? The spectacle will be clear that we gave you power, now you want to arrest your own. That would be the memoranda, and it's not going to help anybody. So doing so, devoid of that, let's set up an independent office by extracting or parasiting the law and give a little portion to give an independent person to investigate and also look at people who are amassing wealth, unexplained wealth, people who have causing financial loss to the state, or somebody who has criminally minded person who is also taking, and whether he belongs to even party in power, he could be arrested. So that is the modus operandi. Now, the discharge of duty was started by Martin ABK Amido. He also started it when the issue of Airbus scandal also was remitted to him. He worked on it and later on said it will be in abeyance. In law, when we say abeyance, means that you continue. So when we vote the person into power, now the person who has been criminalized should be punished by the special prosecutor, and he is saying that he's going to keep the issue in abeyance. That means that the matter will be sitting at his expense, but he's not going to work tirelessly to execute his duty, quote unquote, the person should be punished. Until all these things have been there, a lot of accusations here and there. So Martin Amidu was like, hey, later on he accused the president of some part of corruption, some part of corruption, all sort of things. So then he need to execute his duty. He couldn't do that. He was saying all sort of things. So it means that the preponderance of the person's ability to work, it is not there. The person, you give a person's business to work, we find it very difficult to handle issues. Because me, Valentine Koya, on the you don't listen to this outside rules, because in remitting your rules, you need to execute your powers, because the powers has been given to you. Do it. When you do it and you due diligence, that means that your communication and your discharge of duty will give that validity in you. Say, Jumana Meyan, I understand what I'm doing. It is not going to be like somebody is going to be behind you and direct you what to do. You have the excesses that me, I know what I'm going to do. So in our case, the special prosecutor's office, two people, prominent people who have been given the opportunity to work, has been inept. They couldn't do it. Under normal circumstances, I can confidently say they couldn't do it. Because when they have been given the opportunity to work, it does not mean that you are going to tax somebody and leave somebody. Any person who does something on parallel, the person will also be arrested by the special prosecutor for questioning, but not pettiness. You listen to Kisia Jabeng, he said, Uforeta was leaving. By then, who was the president? When President Mahama was sworn in, who was the president? He said, President Kufuor. Okay, so his brother, so his uncle. What sort of talk is that? That is why people are not giving him that amnesty. They are not taking an appendage and no support to Kisia Jabeng. The office needs to be scrapped. In the meantime, in between time, people are calling for the office to be scrapped immediately. Do you also agree? Now, in the UK, one of the British most distinguished scientists, Professor Sir Paul Ness, says that government is shooting itself in the foot Now listen to this one. We did visa system for science researchers. Sir Paul told BBC News that the high visa fees are deterring early career researchers are discovered who are instead being welcomed by the UK's economic rivals. Supporters of the current system say that higher visa costs help to fund the NHS and reflect wider public concerns about immigration. But the Nobel Peace Prize winning scientist says that the UK scientist's future is being put at risk. Having expensive visa costs is shooting yourself in the foot. It absolutely doesn't help in attracting those sort of people Sir Paul also made of. Sir Paul, who is a scientist who has taken over as president of the Royal Society, which represent the UK's leading scientists, warned the countries such as China and Singapore are actively also courting overseas scientists' talent. Why do we put hurdles in the way of the people that are actually going to drive our economy? It makes zero sense. The Nobel Prize winner described the UK science base as fragile because of the combination of the steep visa costs, funding pressure, and also the negative signal that current immigration rules. He urges that ministers to rethink a system that forces scientists to pay an annual NHS surcharge and also prove that they have thousands of pounds in the bank before they arrive. Officials' guidance on the immigration health surcharge explains that visa applicants pay surcharge to help fund their health care. Home Office guidance states that the applicant must show set levels of saving to show they can support themselves without recourse to public funds. The Center for Policy Studies, a study right policy that think tanks also argues in its report, taking back control for the net migration for the net migration to be brought back down to the tens of thousands. But in its policy expert on the issue, Carl Williams broadly agrees with Sir Paul's sentiment, but I argue that a tight overall migration limit must be maintained after a historically large recent surge in the immigration sector. So, Sir Paul Ness is a scientist, a distinguished scientist, who has also added his voice to the immigration saga, the very exorbitant and draconian laws being undertaken by the immigration service and the country. He said that this is like a square peg in a round hole, and it's like a storm in a teacup. It is not going to benefit anybody. You are going to shoot yourself in the foot. He has made it point clear and categorically clear. In the meantime, in between time, it's 4.5 minutes to the top of the hour, 10 o'clock this morning, and approximately 10, we activate the phone lines to bring you submissions, your views, and also the current news that has been gathered on our table this morning through Hot Digital Online website. Go there, Google, and go to the Hot Digital Online website. You can read a lot more about what is happening currently in and around town. And the foreign and the current news has all been captured on our website this morning. In the meantime, Unity Link Financial Services Limited say 1532, that is the rate, the current rate. So from the auspices of Unity Link Financial Services Limited, they happen to be our proud sponsor this morning. And we are acknowledging renewable property for Enso Ewo Danya Mutong, and it is $5,000 to be paid as deposit for 2-bedroom. And what fair Omo Ewo +44 791 737 6631, and no a renewable property for Fatherly Visa Travel and Tours Worldwide. When it comes into terms, say per ticket in Tentema. But what you're afraid, Francis Frisbee Park on 02076193 and 0793965611. Fatherly Visa Travel and Tours Worldwide. Now, AJN and Co Limited, and so your chartered accountant business advisors, they work with all the issues, especially when you're unable to file your taxes at a point in time. They are going to act as a conveyor belt to make sure, say, in the meantime, will be submitted through the HM. Now just a HM phone so new bedin ye. Enti eno AJN and Co Limited. And pay and so ebo ichidom. Na Minka also say Daughters Limited, a van hire, best van for rent, removals, house moving, store pickups, and also man and van hire express delivery. And is a be move with baby, ako baby for Daughters, Croydon on 074 605 95471 074 605-95471. Daughters@gmail.com. And pay and so ebo ichidom. Ochna ena boswe ebaso na eno Lenfi Ghana Limited. And so yen emuje jumede sunko. Na ma free say they want to reward their proud and prospective customers. Those send money through the platforms. Time say they want to celebrate and be celebrant and enjoy. There's going to be much more foods and drinks into Boswe. They were going to reward you definitely at the banqueting the Regency Banqueting Suite 113 Bruce Grove, Tottenham, London, N17 6UR from 5 p.m. tomorrow and 11 p.m. Inti no is stated clear. Yanko in 12 million no pay. Na yembonito yenko line so yendin komo anope. And by those of you watching me live on the social media, Bernard Moore on TikTok, Akosia Asabia A.
Jesus is coming
And we're going to also acknowledge our well wishers and those watching us live to be our appendages on the social media platform. We acknowledge you.
Coming very soon. Jesus is coming very.
There is a great news for you. Fast-paced money transfer is releasing a new and enhanced app. And to download the apps, convenience and peace of mind. Just download FP Transfer app on your Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. Sign up and you are good to go. Where to mean so ask any seeker through www.fastpacetransfer.com. Competitive rate, not an issue at all. Make sure the loved ones will be using fast-paced transfer when sending money back home. Now, and no a fast pace beyond remittances.
It's coming very soon. Would you be ready when?
In the meantime, in between time, never quit him now to admit the Nana say of Northumberland Park, which you pay.
You'll be ready when
Chi Dozy, watching us live on the social media platform, especially TikTok. From now to 11, and at 11 o'clock, Mene Alaji, one of the finest
African family, tsunamis and flood, killings and sheddings,
and a celebrated one, a celebrated contractor who is Azi Group. Anybody come on? There's a lot more to talk about today. He's going to conscientize you, say, over property, how to make money to pay your mortgage, and then Alaji will be here to tell us more. In the meantime, in between time, we'll be going straight to the phone line to pick your calls from now to 11 destination time to check out. And the scientist, one of the celebrated scientists, and so has cautioned the UK government to say, be careful with the visa exorbitant prices at Odeba. Sika Odiatutu Muna Amanfo Entumi Embano. Na you are shooting yourself in the foot. And some of them have taken the plea. They will work on it and see whether it is viable to rescind their decision quickly.
Messiah is coming very soon.
All right, so let's go to the phone line to pick your calls right about now. Na and 12 minutes so Anope. Hello.
Mr. Valentine, my name is Anemi Chelsea Ghana for.
Thank you.
Elbosom for Dan Obedi di or buy a name I dickness at them. Sebe, ye bear video so and yatim the dintina yeba, ye betray ya dream educating for. So when you be a pan as a winning dear, come and apologize to them.
Wapacho. Yeah.
Okay, and Wapacho, their channel, but my money yes at the end of you. Because or buy our yes, I am Okana, Wakayin, my medicalness, or yes, I am Okana, Wakan, what patrol their family man in Sibu. Yakoya Nemano, Mebo Donald Trump Abasso. It's say we are say or Kokwa air costing in an Valentine and say everything is about 8 biggest wars air cost we are seeing here. Papa we go to our settling in our back, even though or achieve in and we yet there. But to me say or cost we are in Augustua or settling. I say now Rwanda and almost Congo day. Or no mean almost signed peace park near the just or Nipa Bayana or try the best. Yeah, Bonabasi, ye baby, planet F, we soon a boy and 2 years. Who could I obeda into Mama making it better? Now, intimate term and I ninja. I feel President John Dramani, Mama, Papa, Luisa said, one member no, a yajio. Ye just drone delivery, a sable crop for Bibribe. Obi kwa was ye here mojani adi sisi anomi de draw no me de draw. Ye to me 7 for thousands of people. Dr. Baumiaba or the buy or the back to help Ghanaians. Then to face a canco now a collapse. Adia American Vice President Kurampo or make a reference to say Ghana why are we are seeing a done number 1 you did draw it deliver a near man number 1. If we are seeing why do you want to destroy it? President Mama, why? Bibi the Benjabi and was saying, you just free education amount. Who buy a free education, everything was running perfectly. In Korana pass 8 years, a rule power near Usomu, Wafikura by Korana Sasi Efili. Papa, sit up. And I'm here no so no UK immigration, maybe way abrofu a wutu omfa. Tight na more yeno. Yes, every decision there's a consequences. So almost year na say ni page have a man on mess struggle. We ABS that. Years back, almost when Russia for by to build this country, they are shooting themselves and Valentine.
Hello.
Valentine, good morning.
Marcus,
yo, I don't pay me care for a tear for the Adolfina, Minna, Wama Casagna, Ujra left, right, it doesn't matter, one people. I'm Valentine. They bought about so special. I don't pay. That means out. And I was only an already did matter. I could Francis. Last time, you crack and Papa, we get paid for fighting outside. And we are
painful to talk about the win here. I stopped him, so don't go there. Let's move on quickly. I just want you guys to be. Maybe I'm a catcher. Say in politics, when people get emotional, now also you do that now. It means that Ukraine also won't yasi. Enti tembiano. Jaja maybe we catch them. You to me those days. We can me new Ukraine. We are kama same. When was my Bama responded that? So when you give attention to people now, that means that you have been attracted by all this occupational hazard. That's what I'm telling you. Say leave it. Set a blunt eye. As if you have not heard
COVID Francis and Opera, the OB why? Into the why? Ghana for the Yakabum. Yakabum near Fati Ava people, and you tell me no Nako. Valentine, I'm out for about his or taking actually, or taking Akasa or Galamsi.
Yeah.
Valentine, Galamsi was say, man, especially. Maybe I'll be the Maniaco Humbi, I guess will be said. Now, Samuel in Macassa a cool and now 1 month fight. I don't get an animal, but I can't already said. The dark catcher at the end of the say, but you know, I actually said, and fine, okay? You look at you, 1.10, I see, and the Armenia, the Indian. Oh, they are some boys to Galantino. Or no, you know, no matter what, you know, destroyed about Tosia and Fallon, and Papa Posti and the baby. me person me a pay for say or say onipa da sani o wi ase no onsuro wu poverty come no suro because ade a wo ye dey say e be ma yare e di no ma be ba wo so tie wo ko pesika na ska do dan bi so a ye wo na de nam itialo na je Valentine special prosecutor somewhere aya na na some ya ma record say ma ka to all to be judgment na we so say the fact that we want some background that you need here the adwuma ma obetumi aye or your criminal lawyer or lawyer sadie legal and buy no because Valentine the idea of setting this special prosecutor was fantastic. I mean, say, I mean, Africa, say politicians, or bar, or no, be a sabbat afraid. I'm fearing by you working. Uber would say, come, Obiemisa, into an idea, Mr. Casadipa, we have very good job, and then Wabe Coca, and other thing. For me, you know, the friends of president, we can hear petition from nobody. All these are they get to order. No funding from, because we're saying Chicago. Now, I'm going to make the man of business. And I'm going to video be social media and I'm here.
Okay.
But Valentine, let me say, you're Ghana for no. You're setting for your culture, not say you're taking and you're more like you're setting for failure. Valentine, didn't you make us say? And I mean, we say your friend saying, I'm more cast to be a president, I got all my police for 40 of them. And I'm Krum. And your boss say, hey. And I'm this I'm say, Ghana as a crew, say President Koto Amoka 40, and a sign of jubilation. See a bit jubilation, and the way that the Namkrum, they are here, the market to and they jump on mobile them. Valentine, we are beyond this because cry your 1 year man be clear, I'm out for more oil and quantity and bedroom crew. They 1 year man, and I got Amoka for, then only an Namkrum, Eddie Bossy. Well, what kind of people are we? Valentine, there are some are critical of ourselves. You may say, Valentine, you're sure that with our friend, your Penica class. I'm sure that we shall know. Nothing that I'll be doing AGR will be a Gana Bear Club. Still, I am so far. I acquire near the Bassa, no Mambasa. Mommy and Nina Hodom, near Massage politicians in Nada, but I think it's
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Mama, thank you.
Ethiopia. Many are me up a master papa. That 60 years, made me sell body pen and maybe with me. You, Mamma, come assembly. Okay, a beer and brave food. There, a bee is what badam to Obaya. Now, I read for there, impose up my badam Francis. Okay, send them my badam, Mamma, what badam. Where I come with me. What German? Marvin Francis. I can't somewhere for there to them. I'm a bottom. No sense in her come by as a man can them all can know ye. Man for me, Miss Sim. Man can do ye. Now, Messi a beer canoe. Now, me watch my hobby on your way home. Try about your bad face. There. Our president, the whole Ghana, your president, late at a mess. I said, now about 3.5 years. I want to, Mr. Wabano, I want to meet my president. Okay, I'm a weak grandpa work on my son. No, one word, on the 2 and 3.
Amata.
No one to Sanado.
Okay.
And we dance sat down to all the baby. But just one word. Abaya. Just one word. Hello?
Me too.
And see, Mamma, Yanara, Moya Bonnie, and can't be a papa. Now, Mamma was a son of them. Anyway, Mamma come assembly. Mamma, can you dare? A biara, for when to Ghana, one. But the foreign summer follow. Another foreign was a galam says it no quite of one is why it's serious. Nkwafa what it in Sano, all that time, a man were young a face and I know what when you nara. now why there beer when you su when you fee is burning and one point here. And tell one can be made and some of one can be made and the be.
I just is your minister no do. Then just in the casa. You speak to your minister. Who minister?
Oh, there be am what the name papa.
I know where you're from. He is in charge.
There be am a catchama. Now, but the government, no, say a president, I don't know. The Ghana president, be a one year themselves. My catcher won't put them, mamma, one her and Marco Fubuana, President Mahama. No, Pede, oh, ye get him, so baby, why you be a Jimaro Podo, the whole area, and some land the beer and you for grandpa, what you buy a famine. Why? Into one person take Mahamu, ma, they be a mess. And
you can have access. You
can be man.
Yeah, one can be in my matter. They be a yaka. Oh, yaka. Because I don't know, maybe you're a cacono. And then they bring his canoe. Maybe. Nah, what's I see now? Say,
why? Because I'm provide the market to death for Galami say, Grandpa, no, Mississippi. Now, why? Why Africa be being Anthony and come for no boy and then has us, but you don't behave like Yammy. Yan didn't know a boy and them.
Yeah, that's my matter. Yammy Shaw. Hello.
Yeah, do.
Yeah, quite a come here.
That's it.
I'm on phone. Why? Ain't you?
What's your name, Karunia?
Yeah.
That's it. You actually a silent listeners for you now. The communicators I mentioned on Mudino is for a reason because they are doing a good job. Now, and they appear to be brave. Now, measures here. And no, I'm saying that may can't be. It didn't go well with people with my description with the first offense and Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Now, Mr. Susse, and there might be I don't know how you be addressing it. I said, well, when you video ni beyond you know, what you push up upon in the at the time, he assumed the speakership. We expect Senka the way a man will be conducting a honor. And yes, sir, he was unparliamentarian. Or see, I genuinely and I said, they say, a Diana Benana Udi, and now Benana Wenya, not all here. Now, should the way all serious son or not? Now, in front of camera, now, beside her, no, Auntie Papa, only baby or Tiana. Now, a young say, you buy intimation, also, let's say, so the new fear baby now. We are talking about Speaker of Parliament. And globally, Obiere. Now, Otia Kunyanu said, all listen, Namu. And you be a speaker only in the chamber of Hana. And you obey tonight, General, at the time now, Odini Juma says speaker, a Honasa, a Diana Yedina. And in church for Monfanch and Senema can win out be a coffee. And in Guase. Now, I say ye August House, ye know Deputy Speaker or First Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Your friend are here for an answer when I say I'm during a vetting, he was a chairman for that committee. And the way and manner he conducted himself was very embarrassing. Now, and papa, and internet and Americanisano, and that didn't go well with Mia Francis. Meaning such awkward attitude. A demonstrated typical village life, no. Mean who how you basically describe no. So what's my car? Yeah, but a galamsey Valentine. Yes, sir, when you're quick or confu. Galamsey issue.
What's that?
And Messi and your quick as a moon.
I don't know quickly.
Matter. Almost a minute here or saying it. Now, personally, meaning Makakra, you didn't Papa we see way back 2000. I did audition and so a tree planting. Ubia will free that a region, no, the Jilis over Thomas about that time. Now, ye try in Ria or invite ye. Am I a baby too? A year, a baby, ye for a fellow saying, baby almost see Eastern region him for no. Not a bank coon to almost catch and say, ye buy a fellow say, Honomu, ye for Bamu. Now, at that time, ye call a man in the Nishwadi who. A NDC who are tagging this man, say, oh, yeah, Galam say. But some of us, we appreciate him. So way back 2000, now, see a tree planting in our country. It was introduced by this man. Now, bebre, say nipa or say a boss or bar or no crowd or the AI and a bed fight a galamsey. At that time, you are not demon of Francis Barr. I am mentioning his name because he was very consistent. Akufo-Addo, just said there is only direction because at the time, to him, Akufo-Addo was not providing leadership. My business ever since Mahama assumed his second term. So a damn pan and the policy FI mining. One said one just was saying the environment in but over pet no what you but so should the rate as you say ye degrading your lands. Environment as a whole. Mane ma tell your bar or see me chrome empo a fence see near that honor. Ya same a fence and when na sometimes it be say your own penny for. Na leadership na ye can was him. And no one in says gallant safe way. Omo the claim territory. Omo kwa na so ma je ho na boso. Okope ye tutu okun. If you acquire no go area. And the propaganda you guys did are more people like a Gampo and Co. A 2 weeks to election. We call it for a emergency plan. And then whatever we are saying is just break it a bit. Now be am fan na dey go be a drew no. And also until executive power no. What mean you should? Now you bisa so question asabe e dey for 8 years now. You are not happy with that. And can issue yan can say.
Okay.
For heaven's sake, you have taxpayers' money and you have we have every right to, if we have to run him down. So, or you're very, very abysmal when it comes to governance. Onima Mamua, but the evidence means not say and say, Muhammad doesn't know what he's doing. Or Kofi will share the BR. And not education. Or no, can say and say, and we are near defeating Colano. Or no, said in the Kama crop and never Valentine, your catch will be soon. I mean, Jimmy say, a yet drone and Yaman or Mokan. Unim said, interestingly, that drone services now you're down. But they are stopping now, be a to Obama NDCO. I said it, you say a friend is saying, or for say, or you need me, and I said, well, names are said it. Letona or say no. Now, more courses are you're crossing in America at the end of the day. A back to a home fast war, and I send soon and so on. Oh, to a bar, you're saying,
and that's the bar now, uniform, see. Minister OJ and so in life. Minister OJ Michiao. Pay attention and if you're at 50, also Michiao. Line 1 yentio.
Hello.
What for yentio wanna pay?
Yo, me momo nyina chi.
Yama ya konso. Why?
Yo.
So unya baby frimo.
Yo.
Yama ya kopa.
Yo.
All right, yentio.
Why? The Americans say a country has become lawlessness in the country. Such a police service, army service, and a judiciary. Nina, which I'm quite confused. You don't know who's responsible. Now one person as a president, we have concentrated all the powers of appointment to one president, which is very disgraceful. The way in a country, or foreign country, particularly Western countries, New Israel. Sa identity. Send your Kwame Sibakaye. You're a parliament. Speaker of Parliament last time we can once. I know I address Sibia or the Aquatin of Fugu to Parliament to all more. Me a whole comment. So, such speaker, but say I'm a Nipan impression and pass you are commander in the Parliament, you know. The impression in the dress and cry very wrong. What mean I ask some? Yeah, Monsieur British ni French for sending a woman speaker and woman ye. Yeah, now you're a hope. Papa. See, and you need penance in 1957. There's nothing we be proud of. Now in the country, Prince Wakachiri, we I say, judges or one position, I have a son. She said, special prosecution. Prosecutor. Oh, and you first at the beginning, that government think the right thing, but having tried, and it has become worse, impotent.
Yeah.
She can't do anything at all. Cromwell sent Omusi and said, Lord Chancellor, Ona say bibia no prosecution you I be court bia no say oyenya say na speaker no a special prosecution or appointed nipa sometimes appointed law firms be say on court case no on behalf of special prosecution na just of no the court the law chancellor sa no mo no na nya so obi be ka say ane special prosecution na you know ya kofa bibia just on no onye you a teamwork all right and ya one person who can say say a teamwork consult the same thing like appointment of judges and ya one person law chancellor and duty no so and then call for be here one meeting near home say when one ko say when en say ya brief no wakoko to akudia serve no if you are law firm near engage you no case on behalf of the government now yeah they just they make yeah sure professor bibi yeah no yeah ko you no let it see says any better amrasi no ani aye na wuti fia obi ademrasi inside your brain where your mind so to any about you
and that's it papa
what you any about you and you call detention but one who say security crisis between millions of pounds and Sanya Malbay. What be that? Eh? No man ben a question in the amount of people have to wake up. So even though it's a possible asset army crown a bebana emra a human near stop with some nonsense no.
I would say
oh man moon.
Oh buyefu that's it.
Okay, me that's
wafa sure no way yemu enti nibu eyefu ho ye kwenim na Kobe Regina Reed enso ehwen live and Nana Efia Kobe and pay attention William Johnson also share live. Hello
Good morning.
Now so for what is say you want to pay
yo
so for Aqua David
yo yeah da no pass so Washington Ghana if you drive do ene officer ke bi shawa mamata nana looting nana misa Marcos I'm say well baya our queen or disappoint that's why you can see compecam and like me Fred Mr. Tufo mami Fiesta Pom mami Elizabeth Dun nana Dajima and in being chum, you know, for term near chamu. MPP for Metumofo, and as a Mecassim Yachemo now, Mamma Ben, Dr. Mamudu Bomiano, morning woman, Akasapa, Sunset. The man who said a 2 forces be and on Bess Womukutia, Dr. Bomia. A be free and PP and a be free other parties in the moon. Yeah, one more IDB, and no more video be. Now, Dr. Baumia, a corner in the public bridge. And so, Omcry, one more, Umian, and I said, yes, will be a young family. Hana, Ujan was so sorry, and was done home. Oh, done any. I started to be over you soon. On the woman, I take on the Baumian, and Yajuma. Don't be so use such study. Na omudi catch a Ghana for the Bomia in him bono. Oh, my dear, a kind. So, no, my said, I call last minute you. Don't be some for point biazo to be some toilet a crown on Babisi when you crown up. Monantum Abukali was immediately good number of faith. The Simon is one saying, Wabi do a man, Ukro do a man, so not why your money am I. Now, the first study be so I do is a mama can as well. As the Ubi a you famano. I don't want Eddie Hay, almost somebody a good Babomia, ending Bomia, anybody know, and was you. It is me too. And this is for also for class on betting what they are. Missing the obedient fellow. Kogufi. Not my boy, Opam school for Tari. Now we are Bema, what are the offer button to? So be discussion. na ko free ma me ko pon ma no fa ko tanto no ko free su na ma me so oro so samia ko ensu ko free ensu ko su nkan ne su boto yeah mama pray to be say mama so be mama pray ne nkwa ho hia e post de o different nkwa abremo wa je hia ne said de wanya no wa translate no bi di bi nkwa ne hia o nkwa hia papa mo mpa je man so benya nkwa sa na mo de professor Miss papa airport publica dan o koto bukoto je na obi ehuru die fi baby bate fish bate baba ila mo atain sa na mbo se wodi ero na obi asa o propose ya sa ni ene yewo ya o mo se ene ye ko test na hwe constitution etawesa akola bi o se ye friend ya no part the hospital doctor was always doctor no saka me friend am ya doctor say na do saka e ka ye fu wa would be the constitution that one was me ko tsere just a bit created when you hear some of the constitution that was obia who 2 terms and the mama 2 terms one day and walk I can trade and so and or say about and come home so say o Johnson and can am home enti mumpa baby nye na munya say ko chase constitution na mama no munya no na post no dia ija bi no dia and on way na mumpa no and ko dia it does it.
Akware video studio no 0790844338 na 29 after 10 unso friend enti uso adwenkyere and a holiday o man Ghana 0790844338 na enti uso adwenkyere anope lawyer Kwame Adofo nsusu kabibifa special prosecutor ho na special prosecutor nsemi abeye nsem bebre adipa ne bebre na nsusu eka ho asem eye teachu the office no ehun sensem ti special prosecutor sisi ade manfo friend special prosecutor enti nsem no bebre na no manfo nsusu aka se edwuma no ontumi enye eno ho nsem eno no yenko ne yenko la no so ento agmede no so anope hello
good morning vas Skype on the man
what's up no yeah you kakati
what's up no sorry
yeah
okay.
Right.
Oh my friend calling ko anti bo we na me call back
okay yo yentio
yo ya tia kwa David ne kwa me pekam ne na mi samu omadikan nyina etiefo nyina va
yeah
all the same still na me TV ni sisunti na me ro no
okay
me wa fasike me tokosuma osede etiefo nyina ye tokosuma osede ye de nyankopon asese na de eja watimi aba ani ate wonka nyankopon hira eva
yeah
me gusua me de appeal no ye nya memo oh anu ya fa ye nya be me wo free ram for the onidin da mitrime no obekasai ajingo Mr. Ya fa na number test me why na me nkoda na ka wo antumata me chia e man wo fafo di credit
antumata say I say wo for so nkofo to pay but omankasa yet voluntary or say voluntary donation but I say
ya se va ma me nka masem wadaroma
oh that me chodi all kind of me catch you want it
na say MC no
because I say binum wo mo fu so mo person mo din be ba but wo bonkofo din enye say wo bonkofo din za na mo bi on person mo kire
oh na me kasa me pu obi number me friend
da be o che say enye say wo bonkofo din say we twa eno na
me fi sa ma me no
enye no amafo bi na e ka say edimbo no ehun hia nti wo de so mo fu
so me boni dini a me otua ne sika me be boni dini
no problem
sa na wo mo ka
almost say edimbo no de say donation and I also wo pasa kofo boa
the nipa ni pese me boni dank ma be boni dini
okay all right
mo kasa no mo metuo mo sika no mo nya ho comment
yo yati
nipa no na me ma ji sika no ma me boni pani dini a e be de nipa na hu say sika na me ji ye no makwa ya akonta
okay
na maje o mo de to my account mo na maje me me godini na se me nya 500 no akwaka me de akwama management say me nya 300 any pan next time bi no obaba be 2 years esika me busa
okay wo de yanko
enti say me body dini na say nipa no ampa obaka tell so ba me be bo me dini ba obia wo feel say wo ye adwuma pa boa radio no me body dini a wo pe ono feel say wo tua bi wa contribute nti ma body dam wo hu say kwa me atua na kwa me atua omo mpanka me bebo yen go mo stop o
okay awa yanko enim entio
so munya kan nya tie no mo ntua wo mo de no mo nya ho ko
ya say enye by force I no person mo chi
me nka so me force wo bia na kwa me be kan me di tu akogina wo bi so
okay
yanko enim say ha mo amejai me nya ye bia the American say me go so appeal no me go so me the management and stop on me enti me sra ni die kwan so mejeje se no so nti na eho awoja ma me mata wo be di mata ma no pe say me say atamos wa pro ma ne ko na obi sa no so obi ka so pro ma ne ko ya atembidi ene e ma tie akufu ado akoso obi yire no fo akufu ado akum ne yire akufu ado atwi mi no agya ne kumu akufu ado say yanya kanfo akufu ado ne kum ne watch mine akufu ado ye moti aya kese no ma ye president dance abedi 8 years Ghana history where ye adwuma sene wo bia akufu ado na de free education baaye akufu ado this akufu ado that say we ye maame panyin na wo ka no kra eno wo ba betu ufu maame declare wo betu ufu say we ye maame panyin na wo ka no kra e dey na etimi ka fa ho ani bi atani o mo accuse no so ye wudini wonum wi wo tia ya kese no so we your mommy penny na we your honest. What you be ka bibi fa? That old fool, old foolish fool, and a bisu ne ka. What you be ka ho asem? Am ko hokra na sa ta no si bu mai. No ro ma ne ko a. Me need to me sa me ka ho. President Akufo-Addo pen sui. What was since I see say what they say reserve, forest reserve. 8 years. 8 years. Forest years. Most and say forest reserve bako 9. I say less than 11 months. Kwesiada na mubenya 11 months. And this is for our man mata wakawo. And say bako 34. Forest reserve bako 35. Abeka wa man aye 34. With me kan wasem. Na do wasem aba me so. Wo beka mema muaye. And the new kind is a red way so. No mercy for any other one. Polite way. Wo pian kasentianeda. Na sa would the woka woma sabi go to na do be back because of me ye you mapa. Oh, almost son is so do avoid za wa be done. Na no be so my pamo, papa you was my pamo crofo. Sa wo be chat ro. Sa president Akufo-Addo ni na busuafo hia yen. Na se ne NDC ba ni ehu de wa yia ye japade isan kofa bravo ta abadi nya na oka tokroma na mapamo don kofu say ni muka mutu what they say football egu national cathedral bema on mine sika eho we are number 1 mutu football gu ho no and Mr. Mahama baye na sole assemblies of God. Don't go for saying you see a small man coming now. Was see a solid dan complete. I see missing house baku do. What to me make can want him to na be jame. So what beka say wo ba free education wo be ye the year as the MPP. Now ban went to me anye ni ya wo be jane. Nyam na me pamo. Ya beka. So what beka say Antonia even what they say a form na what then kania beko ho na what to kania mu nya nyafe what general abenyafe mo dia betu jamatum bro 34% me na me na meka na me na mepa mo wo na abejiane sen free education na wutu futuro gu ho no na se ne wa be run ko amenkola 600,000 akoye exams na mu 400,000 failure me na meka wo be jane Ghana say na wo di year propaganda na And that time, you didn't show, and you were the chemical about 14% in a day. As a son, in sure no maganum. Then I drew 94,000, 14,000, I drew 94,000. I mean, I met Pamo. Now I met Pamo, one I met Pamo, and I may walk. May a short memory, but I can be actual. So, what's the presidential coup with DC? What's the presidential coup for those or minor? Well, this is not the presidential coup for the office. 327 million. Now, Mr. Mahama, I bet you 2.7 billion. We will bet me up to defend you. Open Janet, Redboard, Chagu America. None in your animal to Aquatrabo Kina Faso. What you mean, may defend it? And who made Janet to the first day? I will buy, you know. Sa where the matter what many a baby of family quickly said. A baby of minimum Yabama Kwame. Ganam say you who ya banta. Oh, no, I bet you not Kwame. Oh, Kwame, Nana Kwame. A year Kennedy New or ye bow me a banta. No, I bet you not Kwame.
Oh, who here? Sanyama when who here. You ain't you.
Oh, Banta, good morning.
Morning, let's say.
I shall be able to himself.
Well, who are pa?
Medro of today, so the time of Kakatina, Chiagana, I want you can say, and I said, Doctor Obaya or Casavias is here, that's him, Opera Paul, Nana Pame, Fred, and groups is very possible, and Nana Luton, so Michelle.
Okay.
Valentine.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, to be BSO, I didn't know first year a student, almost for a university. I was a government, a year's Caramon. Now, almost to me, a student loan to say, Krupa.
Yeah, we are promise to be. All guys, we call a promise to be.
But a populist because a student loan, which I say, Krupa. And because one call a Ukraine, near Domsika abroad. What you say? That's what do you call a unit? Because Ghana and your magic or free education in the secondary level, especially boarding school, former president Kufuado at the Bayano, and then Dr. Mahmoud Baumia at the Bayano. But the university, they also encourage amount for non-college student loan. We are so my man over the checker. There's a crowd a friend who Ghana card, who here I guarantee what I say. And I'm a second issue, yes, sir. I didn't know NDC communicators of war a red we say. Almost a intolerance, so what I say. Also, more because of the year, because you no more hit here hard, no. Not just say. We survived. Okay. That's a new power. No? But they say no, a true Muslim, so more, just say propaganda. And people for him sad but the engine also can. And I mean, my last issue here, your friend saying, for you to sorry, on the MC officer or catching the attention of the president, it's not all kinds of awesome. Because I tell him, no, dear, and now they are very possible.
Yo, yeah, that's Joe, and so they don't know. And that's me. Hello.
Mr. Valentine, good morning.
Morning, 1 year.
When you're brand new, Mamma, say what?
I'm in you.
You're in show. Oh, I want to talk about the more.
Okay.
No, baby. Why are dear Yamin Show? No, they wouldn't be no, they would watch Tristan wood in dear, a brood in dear soup. And no pay what let's by pressure for skinta. Who born in your multi alconoma. Now, one after me made that one more, and if I pay me, you may have to say, what do you need to say? Why no pay what can be able boss? What you look at it? Yamoma Juma, or Tintin, or not chat, Yamama. Until I'm still in the other summer. Because the way your friend say, you may my woman. You cry when you pass him. And so almost the gentleman and I could forward what the Jumayasha Papa, a lawyer, Doffo. Papa, not going to Naomi Yafi and Fa a Jumana Mano. Share Mona Bow mining your more minor. Now, Mamma, your mind not to come, because you say that being come to fuck I ready, so my ex year, where the other for on my papa you that can in some Casanani to say, what they are saying, they're gonna put a young being. So, what you can't, I'm not believe you. Let me see, I didn't say they won't say for you, you can't for nothing. One family, I can't swear, you bet you what to. Then no one just a one bed of it in the room. Na Martin the Pugos and Martin Quibos said yes. Some of the Papa ye after Cabiatro. Now one by ya. Watching that to ma. Attorney General say, or your own nipa. Show any way we never woman. Can you move beyond or buy your own? Or buy anything about radio so step Valentine radio any frayo. Nothing more part me by radio is so. And you are going to a bar. No man may be known. I saw man no move the trouble, may I know. And we can so what you that was no one that would not be do a biatum. And yet, no night, and yet, oh, you're on my side. Now, I see a friend is a President Mahama. After Miss Tati, not quite a double boss, no, I'm a tear for Kiao. After so more pressure agenda than President Mahama got 3 times. Woman, I am a cousin and saying, Okatakia or America, so what the idea of the trigger. Abba President, he won and so one of the will do all much. And you push it now. Or that's done of one car. Nancy, a new salon, or better water, or better see the rest. You're gonna for the cafe. Now, while we are president, we buy and collaborate for or buy our kind. The same manenka. Mr. Valentine, you may know now what you can offer or no more new book here for mobile.
Hello.
Hello.
Mr.
F.
Mr. F, ain't you?
We are watching it here for me, Chebia. Rebecca and send me no back for Wesley Girls na GP.
Okay.
Na yeah, media chemi special hospital. You say papa no ohia to me o. Parliament e man to me bi a was en kabede mano. Oh, and then am special hospital ne office no bentimi enye niema kitikiti emma enso eni no. We member Wesley Girls enkramofo wa fa ho to say we a lecturer Wesley Girls in course of your lecturing no abaya ya sorry o ko hia me ko bompa ye the lecturer no obegina wa ko bompa ye wiya abansa na wato wasana yenuanum nkramofo ya atena free titititi besin ne. When they say, we say, Ben, some people have been exposed. Ba bankasa be de be huamba. Enye fe. Enye fe intimate strength of force. Enka ben fam fa PTA so. Enko courts. Locally PTA nanka martinasi atikas ansem we say. Say ama nia ho ye kukuwa mu nyina aba bontene. Enye fe. Enti misrankra mofo adwobere okay ni abaka bi abantwen sare na enye fe emma Ghana mane ye ni a enkramofo ba ye Lebanon ba ye Syria ba ye Turkey ye nim ni ekoso e wo Sudan Nigeria ene miamia bebre ye mpese bi besi Ghana kramofo ho ya Ghana ye mpenesa adwobere yo IGP die awe afiya yamu ne mampanyine epaw IGP nti no onim saka ne bosome edu nti police council so adan ban advice president say papa ne oko retirement na be man akoye adwuma just for me fan say bosome edu ba ko pe bra wo abari so what she say from 2nd of April, say reappointment. Ba pension. Appointment. Untimi fabe. Na say ya for free. One council sadiano. Was so dia base papa eko retirement. Oko retirement date me one for date nan tuja. Reappointment date ne dia monde atuja. Na in between da be no oko retirement no transparency Mr. NDC when you transparent kakra ma ye nationalist ne kasa ye timi akan bi aboamu medasi
Mr. F hello Dikin is near.
When you're the Mala,
Wala yente. Now,
I'm not what to the name.
Yente wanna pay.
You meet him,
Okay. A Jodo.
The chair, the honorable, the chair one time, and chair the first lady, I make the work at Doctor by her. That's in my nana. Now, I think that be and a yeah. Many beginnings.
Yeah.
And with the black president one, vice one, your power. Aba Hoba and then these people, the Ghana 5 6 and second, there also freedom of speech when now one, and a speech of freedom, and a woman right when now one, and a right of woman, and okay. They wouldn't obey a law, to be over cat and one tena. Oh, yes,
that be.
Well, maybe because authority, and your president were many happy. No, yeah, and go for or what that work can more just standing in the nature. And there be America there. Banner for they will miss President to one, and they will miss fight to one. Oh, stand there, Mahama. Up there, Oba, that time in Kino. And we know all my law. There's a Rebecca, and I Rebecca, or back and call for Castabois as a way. Only the Nini, Liga, Rosa. Obedina ready, never for anything that is right is not popular. Obedina, I don't hear Papa, why you're popular. But anything that is not right is popular. And power can qual. More young papa no Ghana for now I wonder what can one step. Then these are the bonano and all your home popular. Now I'm about some number para me can anything. I'm all for do Ghana. Nini travel for guests. Look what a program or what you make time. Na yin mi nyinara woguo nti mo maka no kwa o sa na mahama opada ofa kombodo no beteta ma de di sita nti o so be yellow Ghana put na wa yare hwe onu na de bia maba ka de Ghana fo wo future wa anwe no ho wa anwe no we busiafo wo ho na wakoto apa wo de mahama anya me na megina ma aka kanya ma orokodo. Then all these people they illegal travel forget. Fugitive. Make a program or about your tie. What you come when I was Ghana? Now what's here? Now can't you wear Ghana? That we are Yamaruko D. One quay. What's here? Wally that? On no more there is different. Now I remember that Friday, then back a Cadet day. Ghana for less than a cat one. Someone else will pursue the bill. But what you call me, if it were by yellow, or back a 1 or 2, or back to. Now, you people will miss President one, and they will miss one.
Okay.
Now, so what I want to one. Now, a chrome here way, you were freedom, or be to be in a parliament. No, Kitanay, now watch on in your good, and all a calendar. Oh, be by no. Oh, your freedom. It's in the Ghana for the man who here there. 2028. The promise one. Some 35 days one. Only I want to. I want the freedom of speech. What a woman writer. 1 2 man. You have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much. Dickness and Sudiano. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
If only you.
Yo, Valentine, Mincha no pay na. Nichia Madam Ella. Nichia Yesahim, Dr. Professor Obaya, Mami Dickness, me wafase nana. Also for David Allen in Minion, I say. Wait, your friend is saying, Omobu baby, I mean, to me, who sent him a buno. I am Martin Pebuni, OSP, Casey. Well, yes, I mean, Uncle Jano, I told Uncle de bro, pa. Tokano Naka cost heavily because Martin Pebu Croy and Nana Omo Pampas OSP a praising near the oil. And when I showed the watum, Nas Attorney General to me, Fre, Yasikofa will be want me to bail. No, yes, Attorney General to me, Fresi in Yawa. Ghana phone in a Rania Coso because Senya, what became me at say, your animal kingdom. Some of the animals are more important. All animals are equal, but some of the animals are more important than, other animals. Na near Cosunino, and no your mind Ghana, send your mind Ghana, ya. And they bring your pa, but pa won't to see a boy jingle bursting. You won't say nothing. Ya mamma no money, ya papa no hotel, you want, you ain't nothing. Oh, honor Monswa. And Yama Coso, and then Nyagana ko we said, police station, pa, I'm robbers to be Bora police station, or at the 2 could police force is how much to in every police station or the call. And Crawford to me Bora secondary school, Echo Train Colaba Bontain, near Shutuum, near Coom. Or him, or Tiny Baby walk, Kumasi outside the hobby, a Yakusasi for him, near Kosonimu, near Bonitu, near Kuno. Just unusual things is going on in the country where you don't know where all these things are coming from. And then Ramekan, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, was it so nipa boni fodi or minus one, or minus your opinion? And only you win. Now, near Kosu in so no, when I know now, almost sorry, and somewhere, Omoka. Oh, money cost ya way, ya stabilize the dollar, ya say, ya way, inflation now 6.3, unprecedented. Meanwhile, so Yama Moking and say artificial. Artificial, you may be answered to say a huru, who we are not as an United day, a cock. Okay. Yamaba won't see a Mukunani, ain't one Casancasa a sort of way. More being answer bit to say, move to me about tent, Achim, I mean, Nipana buying. Batches near the and 1 year my nipper free move. I mean, how? I am commander in chief of Ghana Armed Forces, Edo Mahama. What you hope? What you 4-star general, if you hope, at the 1-star and other 2 hope. Nania Cosono, a Banswa and Panisho be who say a Panisho be to serve as a deterrent for others to follow or to take some lessons from it. And I was, and then, yeah. Musesa, you go where Moya Munyame. Obian to say, be born in the eye, then Ecoso. And so, no one is able to me as I deal with. I'm a crofoma and Mapa, Maku, and Sian, and we're free. My last issue here, drones. Well, Ghana, how no I won, you were educated illiterate, degree womb. And a typical example is Mama Yarega, our majority leader. Drones here, but then let me know what making. Donald Trump had donated $150 million to African countries. Said they should do this drone delivery, no, because ya kwanye. Na kwanye no, and not any drones near day, Jumano. Na nyomo ye nyina mpeso mutwa mu nyina na cheze ba obia e na kofa ba na ni din da so. Okay, free education ye dey buy. Mama Yarega dey call court to say ye ntwam na enya dey British constitution no. These are people whereby they are ruling Ghana right now. They are typical barbarians. They will always want us to move backwards. Yeko ye ni moment bi yeko na ni use technology ni ade no. Mo dey there bi o. President DC chairman constituency chairman or Kitikrachi Oko koye campaign etia ba omi 2024 now or waka no say nye drones yi no mo de kofa enro e de koma nintentem one ko we when you are thinking, think outside the box. Don't always make yourself tight in the box.
Have
you all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online?
Ricky Lord.